in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. As we understand it, the city manager was fired yesterday by the city council there in Brooklyn Center. Today, we've learned that both the chief of police, Tim Gannon, and the officer involved in the incident with Daunte Wright, Officer Kim Potter, have both resigned from their jobs with the police department there, and a new an acting police chief has been installed, as well as a new acting city manager. The city council there gave the mayor the authority to manage the police department, or gave him authority over the police chief. It's a lot that's happened with the government structure and trying to deal with this latest shooting incident in Minnesota. In this case, where an officer fired at and killed Daunte Wright, 20-year-old, there just a couple of days ago. And we're trying to sort of sift through some of the information that's been released by the government there, released by the city of Brooklyn Center, and some of the responding that the mayor did there with members of the community. I want to turn to Megan Fitzgerald, who's on the ground for us in Brooklyn Center, who's been listening as well, who's been covering some of what's been going on there in that city. Megan, as I noted, this was a news conference where we were able to get some information about sort of hiring and firing. We know the state law enforcement folks are now leading the investigation into this shooting incident. But this was also, as I noted, a community forum, an opportunity for members of the community really to take to task the mayor and the new acting police chief today, right?
Absolutely, Aaron. It was quite extraordinary what we were listening to live there. It wasn't just a press conference. Certainly there's media in the room, but as you mentioned, there's community members in the room that were very passionate and expressing just how afraid they are, and they want an end to racial profiling. So I want to start from the beginning. As you were saying, the city council has shifted the power from the city manager, who, as you mentioned, is no longer with the department. He's been relieved of his duties. The power now has been shifted in an emergency fashion to the mayor. So the mayor has now said that the police chief has resigned, and Kim Potter, she is the 26-year veteran of the force who shot and ultimately killed Daunte Wright. They're both now resigned. The mayor telling the community that he is now calling on the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota to conduct the investigation and to bring charges against that officer that killed Mr. Wright, because there's a fear, some distrust, that the county prosecutor won't handle this situation effectively. He also went on to have a personal moment, which really stands out. He says that when he went outside with the protesters, that these young people looked like Daunte Wright, he said. He went on to say he could feel their anger and he could feel their fear. Very sincere in saying this, and also taking the time to hear from each and every one of those community members that were inside the room there, just expressing their anger, their frustration, their being tired of being racially profiled, feeling like at any moment they could be Daunte Wright, and just really begging in some regards, this mayor to do something about it. And I think he laid out the steps that he's taking within his power to try and address this very tragic situation. But very powerful press conference, if that's what we want to refer to it as, and something that I've not seen before, Aaron.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.